Hello, my name is Ashani Yapa. I'm a registered migration agent here at Sirus Migration. In today's video, I'm going to talk about subclass 186 Employer Nominated Permanent Visa. This visa has three streams: Labour Agreement Stream, TRT Stream and Direct Entry. Today's my focus is going to be on Direct Entry Stream. I'm going to explain each step-by-step process involved, eligibility criteria for an employer and the employee or the nominated applicant, costs involved, and the current processing times. Subclass 186 is a permanent visa. Like any Australian permanent visa, it will be granted for 5 years. It gives you the opportunity to apply for citizenship or renew the visa after 5 years. Subclass 186 is not a point-based visa, such as subclass 190 or subclass 491. In order to apply for this visa, you need to nominate an occupation in the medium to long-term list. I will put a link to the occupation list in the description below. You need to have a sponsor who is willing to sponsor you for the nominated occupation. Applicant is expected to work for the same employer for 2 years in a normal scenario once the subclass 186 visa is granted. Now I will explain the eligibility requirements of the sponsor or the nominating business. The nominating business could be a new business or an existing business. The business has to be registered and legally operating in Australia. The business needs to prove their annual turnover by providing the last year's tax return, and if that has not been finalized, they need to provide a projected return for the next year and give the information to the department as soon as they are ready. Business needs to identify who they are nominating for the proposed occupation, and if there are any caveats applicable to that occupation, they need to make sure they fulfill all those requirements. They need to pay the nomination fees, which is $540 at the moment, and they also need to pay Skilling Australia Fund or the SAF levy. The amount depends on the employer's turnover. If the employer has turnover of 10 million or over, they need to pay $5,000. And if the employer's turnover is less than 10 million, they need to pay $3,000. This fee is payable in one go at the time of the nomination application is lodged, and it's only refunded in very limited situations. The most critical factor that the employer has to prove is that the nominating position genuinely exists within the business. This is not the same as addressing the labour market testing, because the labour market testing is not mandatory for subclass 186 visas. Depending on your business, there can be various documents such as new business plans, new contracts, or the organizational structure and financial reports. As I said before, these documents can vary depending on your business. Finally, a detailed and well-drafted genuine position statement can also help the case officer understand the genuine need for the nominated occupation. Now I am going to talk about the eligibility criteria for the nominated employee. Once the nomination application is lodged, we can lodge a visa application for the employee. It is very important that we don't have to wait for the nomination application's outcome to lodge the visa application. This could come really handy if your current visa is expiring soon. Visa application must be lodged within 6 months of getting the nomination approval. You can either be in or outside Australia for lodgement and grant of the subclass 186 visa. You need to be under 45 years of age and has a positive skills assessment. However, you are exempted from age and skills assessment requirement if you are nominated as an academic, a university lecturer, faculty head by a university in Australia, or you are nominated as a scientist, researcher, technical specialist at an ANSCO skill level 1 or 2 by an Australian scientific government agency, or if you currently hold special category 444 visa or New Zealand's family relationship subclass 461 visa, and have worked for the employer who nominated you in the nominated position for at least 2 years in the last 3 years immediately before you apply. This 2 years excludes periods of unpaid leave. You must have competent English unless you're exempted based on your tertiary education or country of passport. You must prove that you at least have 3 years of work experience in the past in a full-time position in the nominated occupation. This work experience could be gained inside or outside Australia. For a subclass 186 visa, the visa application fees for the main applicant is $4,045 currently. This is a great visa if you're the right candidate and if you have the right company sponsoring you to gain permanent residency. But it could also be a tricky visa which has few steps involved. We have been helping people obtain subclass 186 visas for many years. If you have any questions about the visa or if you would like us to help you get subclass 186 employee nominated visa, please get in touch with us. Thank you.